new assistants at John Hood, Damon Jones, Perry Stevenson, and a first-year grad assistant, Weston Smith. Missouri Western in the home gold uniforms with the black numbers and white trim. Alex John jumping for the Griffins. Tip is in the air. Griffins win it. We're underway. Missouri Western moving from right to left as we get the game started. Here's Q Mays on the right wing. Going down low, Alex John. Alex against two defenders. Lost the ball. Tumbles down. Basically on top of one of the Pitt State defenders. Whistle blows. I think they're going to get a foul here on Pittsburg State. They will. That foul will come against Isaiah James, the lead scorer for these Pitt State Gorillas through the early part of the year. Isaiah James, 12.9 points a game, getting his first foul. 16 seconds into the game, no score. Here come the Griffins. Will Eames driving inside to Caleb Bennett. Bennett falls down, puts up a shot, no good. A lot of contact, and they're going to say an offensive foul on Caleb Bennett here. So, that'll be a turnover for the Griffins. First personal foul on Caleb Bennett. First team foul against the Griffins. So Western wins the tip. Held the ball for 22 seconds. No points. Here comes Pitt State. Again, Western has won 4 of the last 5 against these Gorillas. 42-38 against Pitt State all time. Western won by only a point the last time these two played on this very floor this past February, the 13th of February. Pittsburg State trying to get something going as Cameron Hoofner goes on the right baseline to Bobby Arthur Williams Jr. playing his first game of the year, coming off a stress fracture in his foot. Here's a deep two coming from Tyler Hawkins. No good. Offensive rebound, Arthur Williams Jr. Pitt State has it. Pitt State in their black tops, black pants, almost a Maryland-type look with gold and red stripes down the side of the uniform, red numbers with yellow trim. Here's a deep two on the left side by Quentin Hardick Jr. That misses off the rim. Rebound, Missouri Western. Both teams have held it once, no score. 18:50 to go in the first half. Here's Jerron Thames. Thames making the start today, just his third start all year. Here's Will Eames firing for 3, no good. Rebound, Alex John. John drives the rack on the right side, forces a shooting foul. It's getting physical down there, not in a bad way, just both teams are bouncing off each other. It's going to be a foul on Tyler Hawkins of Pittsburg State. His second team foul against Pitt State, and Alex John at the foul line. John has started all 14 games so far this year for Western. At the foul line, he's struggled a bit. 11 of 25, misses the first there. By the way, shout out to Mitchell Ribbrell of KQ2 for bringing me a Dr. Pepper, but he does tell me via text it's a $15 delivery fee. I'll get that to you, Mitchell. As Alex makes the second free throw, Missouri Western is on the board, 1-0. Yeah, don't have Tom Smith to keep me and you folks at home entertained, but Tom's back at home listening. Boy, the weather's gotten nasty out there. We've seen reports of freezing drizzle in northwest Missouri. So if you're out and about tonight, if you're listening to us in the car radio, just take it slow, give yourself extra time, and get to somewhere safe. Here's Pitt State taking a 3 the other way. Missing the threes, Tyler Hawkins. Offensive rebound is controlled. Cameron Hoofner. Hoofner gives it on the baseline. Bobby Arthur Williams Jr., the third-team All-MIAA performer who had missed the first 12 games of the year with injury. He knocks that shot down right there. And that gives Pitt State the lead, 2-1. Just over 2 minutes gone by. Here's Caleb Bennett, dribble drive from the left side, lost the ball, trying to force a foul. Western got the ball back. Jerron Thames picks it up on the right baseline, steps into a 2. That's good. Thames with his first points of the day. Western has their first field goal made, and Western has the lead at 3-2 very early on in this game. 17:37 on the clock here in the first half. Pitt State trying to answer atop the keys, Isaiah James, as they work it inside out to Arthur Williams Jr. Jr. back to James in the lane. James runs into the jumper, made it just inside the free throw line. Isaiah James puts it up and in. One of the returning starters this year for Pittsburg State, a graduate student. Initially came into Pitt from Southern Illinois, Edwardsville. D1 program as John hands off to Bennett, 3 on the way. Bennett's shot off the mark. Bennett has struggled a little. He's got a turnover and then the missed shot there. In transition, Bobby Arthur Williams Jr. That guy is a load, by the way. 6'7", 225-pound forward. The All-MIAA performer takes it coast to coast, puts it up and in Pitt State, just like that, up 6-3 now. Now just 3 minutes, 15 seconds gone by. Ball in the hands of Q Mays here. Q gets into the right side in the lane. Alex John one-on-one, throws up a hook shot. Offensive foul called. Wow. John battling against Arthur Williams Jr. It's got to make the preparation for this game a little harder because no film, no tape on Bobby Arthur Williams Jr. this year with this particular team. He played last year for most of the year, but this season didn't play at all. Has taken a 3 here for Pitt was Cameron Hoofner, missed. Rebound Western. Thames gives it to Will Eames. Eames hands off left wing, Caleb Bennett. Bennett, trying to pass to Eames. That's going to be over and back, right? Yep. Eames just had to run down the ball. It crosses the 10-second line, and that's going to be a turnover for Western, their third. Let's see, checking in here for Missouri Western's Reese Glover. He had 19 points on 5 made threes the last time he saw Pitt State. Pitt State's going to have the ball. They're going to inbound it on the Missouri Western side of the floor. Gorillas moving from left to right here. 16-19 to go. First half just underway. Pitt State off to a good start. 6-3 the score. Pitt State looking for just their 4th win of the season. Pittsburg State's victories this year have come against Baker, an NAIA school, Newman, and then Lincoln. Pitt State, little inside out here as Quentin Hardick Jr. on the baseline kicks it out in the corner to Isaiah James, who takes a deep 2 right side. He missed it. Rebound Alex John. Here come the Griffins needing a shot. John gives it to Q Mays. Q on the baseline. Little underhanded shot. Lost his shoe. Lost his left shoe. The shot's no good. Rebound Pitt State. Here they come on a couple of quick passes, and dumping one in is Arthur Williams Jr. Bobby Arthur Williams Jr. And boy, is he feeling good coming off that stress fracture injury. Looking good as new as he's got 6 of his. If you're down 5, 8-3. I don't want to make it sound like it's insurmountable, but gotta get some confidence here, get some momentum going, not let Pitt State. Don't dig your hole too deep. Here's Glover trying to pass to Jerron Thames near left side. That got tipped by Tyler Hawkins out of bounds. Still with Western. Griffins in the gold and black. Pitt State in the black, the red, and I guess mustard yellow, if you want to call it that. Not quite gold. Here's Jerron Thames inbounding at the near side. Up top, Will Eames. Eames back to Thames. Eames sets the screen for Thames. Thames gets in the lane, puts up the shot. Off the back of the iron, no good. J.C. Anthony checked in for Western after that timeout. Rebound was controlled by Cameron Hoofner. He fell down. He's called on a travel. So Western catches a break there. Got to capitalize. 8-3, Pitt State the lead. 15-18 to go, first half. Western looking for a spark here. Q Mays will inbound. Fresh 20 on the shot clock. Inbounds up top. J.C. Anthony, the 7-foot freshman from Palmdale, California. That is to say, yeah, Palmdale, California. I thought there was a Palmdale beach in there or something. But no. J.C. Anthony takes a 2 in the lane. Missed it. Good shot. Just a little too strong by the rim. Rebound Pitt State. Here come the Gorillas on a 6-0 run. Ahead 8-3 early. Just over 5 minutes gone by in this first half. Missouri Western women, for those of you just joining us, really took it to Pitt State today. The women won 81-55, and J.C. Anthony steals the ball in the lane away from Tyler Hawkins. Anthony gives it to Q Mays, running at 110 miles an hour as Mays tries to dish to Thames behind him. Mays got all the way to the rack, tried to just hand it off to Jerron Thames. Pitt State covered that up beautifully, and Isaiah James comes up with the ball. Hands it off up top. Bobby Arthur Williams Jr. for 3, and that is good. And that man is on fire. He's got 9 of his team's 11 points, and Pitt State continues to roll. It is now 11-3. Here's Q Mays inside, trying to pass it back out to Will Eames. Ball got tipped in the air by Arthur Williams Jr. Will Eames got it back, though. But Western in some trouble right now, down 11-3. Griffins on a bit of a scoring drought. They haven't scored the last 3.5 minutes. Here's Jerron Thames on the right wing, looking for room. Gets down low, throws up a shot. Short. Offensive rebound, Reese Glover. Fresh 20 on the shot clock. Under 14 minutes to go, first half. 11-3 Pitt State. Western in need of something. Eames, little spin move, gets underneath, puts it up and in, bouncing off defenders. Western needed anything there. They were one of their first 6 to start from the floor. And that makes it 11-5 after the basket by Eames. Quentin Hardick Jr., the junior guard, dribbling on the base. I think he got fouled here on the floor. So there's going to be a foul on Missouri West. Points, 6.7 rebounds a game. Made 13 three-pointers. Well, he's made a 3 early here. He leads his team with 9 points, 4 rebounds. And he's the difference as Pitt State has the ball in the lead, up 11-5. After an early foul was called before the timeout on Reese Glover, his first. Second team foul on the Griffins. Here comes Pitt State, throwing up a 2 in the lane as Isaiah James. Western forces the miss. Williams gets the rebound, gives to Reese Glover. Now deep in the right corner to Q Mays. Mays gets doubled up. He's going to dribble it back out here. with 20 on the shot clock, 13-12 until halftime, 11-5. Pitt State the lead. Now Will Eames draws a foul in the corner. Foul on the floor coming against Isaiah James. The second foul on James, who is the lead scorer for Pitt State this year with 12.9 a game. James is going to come out with those two fouls. That's kind of significant. Checking in for Pitt State in his place will be Magic Relaford. We talked about him in pregame, a sophomore out of Parsons, Kansas. An All-American, an All-Conference transfer out of Neosho Community College this past year. I mean, his first name's Magic. It's got to be good, right? Here's Q Mays in the high post. Down low to Alex John on the baseline. John missed his shot. Offensive rebound, Q Mays. Ball still loose on the floor. Comes up top to Will Eames. 3 on the way. Left it well short. The shot clock was winding down anyway. Eames' shot did not hit iron. It grazed the bottom of the net. Horn sounded. Shot clock violation, and Pitt State has it back. Griffin's still out of sorts offensively. Just 2 of 9 from the floor to start, including 0 of 2 from 3. Pitt State hasn't been on fire necessarily, but they've gotten one guy going. That's Arthur Williams Jr., and because of that, they lead at 11-5. Here's Quentin Hardick Jr. deep on the right baseline. Gets to the low block, then cut off. Now kicks it out. Magic Relaford 3. No. Overshot it. Rebound Will Eames. Eames to Q Mays. Here come the Griffins up the near side of the floor. Mays on the left wing. Little crossover move. Kicks it up to Glover. Catch and shoot 3 right side. No. Overshot that. Rebound by Ryan Pippins, graduate guard at a Little Rock. Transfer from U of Arkansas Little Rock for Pitt State. Also into the game, Zach Birch, 6'6 senior forward out of Butler, Missouri. He transferred out of Rockhurst. So kind of a different lineup in here for Coach Kim Anderson. And we got a foul on the floor against Missouri Western. Alex John is called on the foul, his first. Third team foul on the Griffins. Caleb Bennett checks back in for Western. Checking in for Pittsburg State is Ike Moore, junior guard out of Fort Smith, Arkansas. Comes Pitt State looking for something. Ryan Pippins, left baseline, being heavily defended, threw up an arc shot. Got iron on it, not a bad look, but ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Western. Griffins are going for the rebound. 20 on the shot clock, 12:02 to go first half. Low scoring. Pitt State 11, Missouri Western 5. Here's Pitt State. Magic Relaford inbounds in the right corner to Ike Moore. Now goes up top Ryan Pippins. Pippins comes left off a screen from Zach Birch. There's a return pass. Birch up top. Goes right side now to Relaford. Relaford in the lane. Slips, falls, lost the ball. Caleb Bennett, he had it, but threw it up to Ryan Pippins. 4 on the shot clock for Pitt State. Ike Moore kicks it out. Baseline jumper is good at the horn by Magic Relaford. It's Magic's first points. Beat the shot clock. That went down as the shot clock buzzer sounded. It's now 13-5 Pitt State. Western's now been scoreless for about 2 minutes. Here's Will Eames, left baseline, crashes his way. Corners around Cameron Hoofner, just went right around him, got the ball. And a steal in the full court and a slam by Caleb Bennett to give the Griffins a much-needed spark here early. Back-to-back buckets for Western. Different ball game now. Griffins are back in it. It's 13-9. Mr. St. Joe, Caleb Bennett on the steal and a jam. And Zach Birch drives the other way, misses a shot by the rim. Rebound Griffins. Q Mays running, passing into the corner to Glover. Gets cut off there. Back in the backcourt to Q Mays. Under 11 minutes to go first half. 13-9. Griffins on a 4-0 spurt. Here's Q Mays going the length of the baseline. Gives it on a front door cut to John. Got his fingers on the rim. Fell down. His shot did not go in. And a foul is called on Pittsburg State. And John gets up gimping just a touch. They call it on Magic Relaford his first. 4th team foul against the Gorillas. And Alex John, who is 1 of 2 at the foul line today, 1 point to begin. He goes to the line to shoot a couple here. And the first one just rattles out of there. Not a bad look, just could not find the bottom of the net. Bobby Arthur Williams Jr., who had been on the bench for a moment, checks back in for Pittsburg State. As coming out of the game is Magic Relaford. 13-9 Pitt State, 10:46 to go. First half of Western on a 4-0 run to really hopefully kickstart some energy here as Alex John's second free throw is up. No good. Strong off the glass. He missed them both. Rebound for Bobby Arthur Williams Jr. Wow, Arthur Williams Jr. in just 6 minutes, 9 points, 5 rebounds, and a steal. Here's Zach Birch, the center, up top. Goes baseline to Arthur Williams Jr. Arthur Williams being guarded by Eames, and he gets in the lane, does Bobby. Throws up a shot, just rattles out of there. Rebound Western. Alex John gets it. John to Q Mays. Q in the lane, stops, looking, holding. Goes to Bennett, left baseline. Bennett crashes his way against two defenders, takes a tumble, and draws a foul. And he's going to shoot free throws. That foul, I believe, is going to be on Zach Birch, the senior forward out of Butler, Missouri, coming off the bench. It is Birch's first. Yep. 5th team foul on the Gorillas. And Caleb Bennett with 2 points early on. He had the steal and slam a moment ago. He'll go to the free throw line now. And he makes the first. Caleb Bennett, pretty good free throw shooter this year. 83.9%. 26 of 31 coming in. 13-10 now is the score. 5-0 run for Western. First real run of any kind. Caleb Bennett made them both, and also Tony Chukwuemeke making his way into the game for the first time. 13-11. Pitt State led this by as many as 8 early on. The lead's now only 2. Zach Birch up top. Goes down low to Ryan Pippins. Nowhere to go for Pippins. He dribbles it out to the perimeter on the right corner. Pippins drives inside. Now up top. Quentin Hardick Jr. Deep 2 on the way. No. Q Mays runs down the rebound. His first of the game. No points for Q yet. Will that change? Q nearly traveled. No call. Drives to the lane. Puts up a tough shot. Just rolls out of the cylinder. No good, but Q Mays draws a shooting foul, and he'll be at the foul line when we come back. So a much better 4 or 5 by a slim margin here at home. 13-11. Q Mays at the free throw line after drawing the foul before the break. Q will make the first shot. Q on the year has struggled at the line at times, 60.3%, leading these Griffins with nearly 20 points a night. Left-handed shooter, makes them both. First 2 points of the day for Q. So with that, 5 different Griffins have scored, and Western has tied it. They have overcome an 11-3 deficit. This is now a 10-2 run, and Will Eames on a steal and a fast break. Oh, missed the layup, but Q Mays on cleanup from behind, comes in, puts it up and in. Eames had the steal. Mays gets the rebound and the putback. Mays has got 4. Western is ahead, 15-13. It's a 10-0 run over the last 2+ minutes for the Griffins. They have turned this thing around. But how does Pitt State counterpunch? Zach Birch tries to float one down low to Quentin Hardick Jr. It's picked off. Bennett fires at left wing. Q Mays in the lane. Stops and pops. Fade away. No. Fight for the rebound. Will Eames has got it. Offensive board for the Griffins. Eames right wing to Bennett. Up top Mays. Q in the lane. Throws it up with the left hand. Falls on the floor. In some pain is Q. Holding his left knee a little bit. It's going to be a shooting foul. Q is helped up by Reese Glover and Tony Chukwuemeke. He is one tough customer. He's going to get up and he might stretch this out or go be examined because he's still at midcourt, gimping just a touch. But Birch is called on the foul, his second. 7th team foul on Pitt State. So with 8:50 left in the first half, Western up 15-13. Griffins are in the bonus. But this is a shooting foul. This is not a 1-and-1. This is a shooting foul. Q to the line, makes the first. Mays has got a team-high 5 points. Western has their biggest lead yet at 16-13. Q's second is up. It is good. So Mays leads the Griffins with 6 points. He's going to come out, though. He comes out. Jerron Thames comes in. Thames with 2 points and a rebound early on. Pitt State with the ball. Pitt State's been scoreless for 3 minutes. And they trail Western now 17-13. Pitt State got off to an 11-3 start. Here come the Gorillas. Dribble and a drive. Guess who? Bobby Arthur Williams Jr. Max his way in, puts it up and in. He's got a game-high 11 points. He had spent some time on the bench, had been scoreless for a little while, but that hook shot there on the left baseline's good. Western's lead is now 2, 17-15. 8:20 to go first half. Here's Eames on the left side, little crossover move, gets down low, puts up a shot, misses off the top of the rim. Antonio Givens the second, graduate forward out of Columbus, Ohio, transfer out of D1 Kent State with a rebound. There's Pitt State. Ryan Pippins up top to Quentin Hardick Jr. And on the right side, Ryan Pippins. Up top, Hawkins, deep 2 on the left side. No, Will Eames trying for the rebound. It's loose, and Reese Glover picks it up. Glover gives to Thames on the right side. Thames fires it left wing to Bennett. Bennett holding, looking, trying to pass. Now he's going to dribble. Still on the left elbow. Bennett nowhere really to go. Can he back his way to the basket? Gets near the baseline, gets in the paint, makes a shot. Shot is waved off, but an offensive foul. Is it on Caleb or is it on somebody else? Is the question. I think they're going to call that on Bennett. Yep. Bennett's going to come out. Hugh Mays comes back in. Still a 12-2 run for Missouri Western over the last 4 minutes, but still a very close basketball game. Missouri Western 17, Pitt State 15. 7 minutes, 31 seconds until halftime. Gorilla basketball. Pitt State moves it from left to right. Quentin Hardick Jr. top, hands off Bobby Arthur Williams Jr. He's being guarded Will Eames. Now they pass it left wing to Ryan Pippins. Pippins drives from the left side. Shot was partially blocked by Chukwuemeke and Q Mays, but there is contact and a foul. That foul is going to be on Tony Chukwuemeke, his first. Tony Chukwuemeke issued for the foul. 15 foul on the Griffins. Looks like Tony's going to come out and Alex John will come back in for Western. Pitt State a chance to tie it here is Ryan Pippins, another graduate student, native of Little Rock, Arkansas, transfer of the U of Arkansas Little Rock. Pippins makes the first free throw. Pippins on the year, 28 of 36 at the foul line, 77.8%. Mentioned at the top of the show, Pitt State has struggled as a team from the foul line this year, 63.5%. That's next to last in the league, but Ryan Pippins makes them both there. And Pitt State as a team so far, 3 of 3 at the line, and with those two makes, we are tied. 17-17, just over 7 minutes till halftime. We'll have one more media timeout before we get to the halftime break. Here's Eames in the left wing, up top Glover. Glover back to Eames, still on the left side. Eames floats it up top. Glover looks right, dribbles left, goes now to Thames. Thames deep in the left corner to Eames. Eames cross the court to Q Mays, a long pass. Mays pulls it in. Mays, underhanded shot, misses. Alex John falls on the floor, ball in hand. That's going to be a travel, as it often does happen. And he got the rebound and just trying to secure the ball, fell to the floor, and travel is called. And Western with 7 turnovers early on, compared to 4 by Pitt State. We're tied, 17-17. So now it's Missouri Western that's been scoreless for the last 2+ minutes. Pitt State will try to respond. Bobby Arthur Williams Jr. drives it in on the right side against 2 defenders, puts it up and in. That guy is unstoppable. 13 points on 6 of 7 shooting. He's got 13 of his team's 19. And Pitt State, just like that, on a 6-0 run, goes back up 19-17. Game of runs so far. Q Mays deep on the right side. Now up top, Will Eames. Eames will fire it. Right side, Reese Glover. Glover dribbling, gets cut off left elbow. Hands off Will Eames. Eames in the lane, spin move, throws it up, underhanded, no good. Got his own rebound, contact, no foul. Missed his shot again. Ball's out of bounds. And they're going to say it's... I thought maybe it was Griffin ball. It is, no? Well, but it is, but with 2 seconds on the shot clock. Ouch. Will Eames was frustrated after that. So it's going to have to be a catch and shoot here for Western. Mays from under the basket. Fires it to Reese Glover, the three-point specialist. Airballs the 3. Shot clock violation. Pitt State basketball. I mean, that's about all you could do there if you're Western. 1 pass, 1 shot. And who is it? The guy that... the spot-up shooter three-pointer guy, the guy that takes those running catch-and-shoot threes, that's Reese Glover. That's the guy you want in that situation. Just shot was too long. Pitt State with the ball. Pitt State with the lead, 19-17. 5:45 to go until halftime. Tyler Hawkins goes left to Quentin Hardick Jr. Ball comes back now to Ryan Pippins, right side. Pippins underneath on the baseline on a backdoor cut to Quentin Hardick Jr. And then a skip pass on the front door to Antonio Givens the second. Givens the second puts it up and in. And Pitt State back up 4, 21-17. Western's been scoreless for over 3 minutes. Q Mays on the right side. May have traveled, no call. Goes deep in the right corner to Alex John and a push-off. Offensive foul. Falling to the floor was Antonio Givens the second. Sold it well. And Alex John is called on his second foul. Pitt State gets it back. That's back-to-back turnovers now for the Griffins. And the pendulum of momentum has swung back in the favor of Pitt State. Gorillas the ball. Gorillas the lead. Ahead 21-17. 5:16 and counting until halftime here. Here's Pitt State in transition. Quentin Hardick Jr. up top. Goes to Antonio Givens the second. Now on the right baseline, Ryan Pippins against two defenders. Throws up a shot. It got ricocheted in part by Tay Field, who just checked in, but it still went down. My goodness, Pippins. He's got 4 points. And Pitt State up 6, 23-17. The run is 10-0 over the last 3:45. Here's Tay Field seeing his first minutes. Fields in the lane. Ball got knocked away. Picked up Thames. Still Missouri Western ball. Thames on a curl. And he floats it up and in with a finger roll. And Jerron Thames making his third start of the year. He's got 4 points. Griffins trail now by 4. They needed that. They were on about a 4-minute scoreless drought there. It's 23-19. Back to a 2-possession game. Pitt State up 4. Here's Bobby Arthur Williams Jr. He's got 13 points in the game. Instead, they'll hand it off. Ryan Pippins for 3 is good. That comes off the assist of Arthur Williams Jr. And Ryan Pippins has back-to-back buckets. That's his 8th made 3 of the year. And it's 26-19. Pitt State back up 7. The run for them is 13-3 over the last 4.5 minutes. And a steal. Wow. Q Mays had it stolen right in front of him by Tyler Hawkins. Beats both Tay Fields and Q Mays to the rack. Hawkins on the steal and the fast break. He puts it up and in. Hawkins with his first points. Timeout Missouri Western. And Pitt State on a 15-3. In a hole right now, down 28-19. Western has only scored 3 points over the last 5 minutes. The run is 15-3 for Pitt State. The Griffins themselves have led by as many as 4. But Pitt State, this is their largest lead of the day right now, up 9. And the Griffins have the ball out of this media timeout. Now with 13 on the shot clock, deep 3 from Reese Glover. Strong off the back of the iron. Q Mays runs down the offensive board. Q to Eames. Eames to Thames, deep on the left side. Thames kicks it out. Glover. With 12 on the shot clock, Glover crossed the way, left corner. Mays takes the 3 off the side of the rim. That will not go. Western is 0 of 6 from downtown. Here comes Pitt State. Ryan Pippins gives it to Quentin Hardick Jr. They work it quickly around the key to Arthur Williams Jr. He's been the man to watch. 13 points, 5 boards. Number 2 on your screen if you're watching on MIAA Network. Here's Pitt State with 8, with 7. Getting in the lane, Quentin Hardick Jr. threads the needle between defenders. And Hardick Jr. puts it up and in. He's got his first points. 7 Gorillas have scored. And the roll continues for the Gorillas. They're ahead 30-19 here on the road. Pitt State has yet to win a true road game this year as Williams takes a 3. That barely grazed the front of the iron. Missed. Rebound, Pitt State, Quentin Hardick Jr. These last, I'd say, 6 minutes have belonged to Pitt State. Bobby Arthur Williams penetrates, then kicks it out. Pippins, open 3 in the right corner, missed it. And then a rebound for Q Mays, got maybe tripped a little bit. He falls down, lost the ball, would have been recovered by Pitt State, but they're going to say Q Mays was tripped a little. I think it was accidental, but I do think that is the right call. A frustrating foul, but understandable. Antonio Givens Jr. is called on the trip. That's his first. 8th team foul on the Gorillas. At the line is Q Mays. Q's been good at the foul line today. 6 points, 4 rebounds. 4 of his 6 points are at the charity stripe. This is the 1-and-1. Misses the front end of the 1-and-1. Western has missed 4 free throws as a team. They're 7 of 11. So a couple of different problems mounting for the Griffins as they trail now 30-19. Just over 2 minutes left until halftime. Pitt State coming in here 0-3 in true road games, 0-4 on neutral sites. They have not won a game away from Pittsburg yet this year. Here's a 3 on the way. Wow. Tyler Hawkins knocks it down off the assist of Magic Relaford. Tyler Hawkins, the junior out of New Jersey, makes what's his 12th 3 of the year. Pitt has knocked down 3 threes. Western's 0 of 8 from distance. And Pitt creating separation. It's 33-19. Oh, there's a nice ball movement, though. It's Q Mays. Goes down low to Tony Chukwuemeke. Tony puts it up and in. Tony with just his 7th and 8th points of the season right there. 33-21. And now Pitt State trying to pass inside. Bobby Arthur Williams Jr. has a pass deflected. They're going to say it's out on Pitt State. Western creates a turnover. 5th turnover of the game for Pitt State. Gorillas 33, Griffins 21. So it's, in all likelihood, the Griffins will go to the locker room trailing, but can Western at least close the gap, make it single digits here? It's Q Mays on a strong take to the rack, missed his shot short. Rebound Arthur Williams Jr. They dish it back over to Magic Relaford. He's in the backcourt. He'll reset the offense. Minute to go. 1 minute left in the first half. Q Mays steals it from Tyler Hawkins. Q in a 1-on-2 takes it to the rack. Missed a shot, but he draws the foul. Got the steal, and he's back to the free throw line. Foul coming against Magic Relaford. His second. 9th team foul against the Gorillas. 9th team foul on them. Q, 4 of 5 at the foul line. He missed the front end of a 1-and-1 earlier, but this is a shooting foul. He'll take a couple. First is up. And the first is bounced out. Then he got the touch on the glass and went in. Q leads the Griffins with 7 points. The lead is now 33-22 for Pitt State. 55.2 to go until halftime. Second shot. Missed, and Tony Chukwuemeke nearly had an offensive rebound, but he couldn't stay in bounds off the missed free throw. And well, the Griffins have now missed 5 free throws combined. They're down 11, is Western, 33-22. Certainly Western's been in this position before where they've had to rally for victories. Might be in that spot again today. Pitt State works it around the perimeter, deep on the right side. Bobby Arthur Williams Jr., deep 2 in the right corner. Missed, in and out. Rebound Q Mays. 33 on the game clock, 26 on the shot clock. Mays will just trot the ball up the far side. Crosses the 10-second line, slows his dribble. 25 seconds till half. Chance for Western to make it single digits going to the locker room. Western, one of their last 5 from the floor. Griffins 0 of 8 from 3 today. Q steps into a 3, though, right side, missed. Offensive rebound from right underneath. Will Eames puts it up and in. Eames has got 6 points, and it's a single-digit deficit, 33-24. But Pitt State will have a shot here with 3, with 2. Right wing, Ryan Pippins, 3! No! Whew. Hit the iron, went up in the air, was short. Will Eames with the rebound, and the buzzer sounds. And so Missouri Western able to pull the car out of the ditch at least a little bit there. Western tricks for Pitt State. Their starting 5, Arthur Williams Jr., Isaiah James, Quentin Hardick Jr., Tyler Hawkins, Cameron Hoofner. Pitt State does have the ball to start the second half. Pitt State had a run of 15-3. It helped them take the lead, but Q Mays gets a steal in the opening 12 seconds. So that's one way to start a run here. Mays comes deep on the right side. Restarts his dribble, goes up top, Thames to Eames, deep on the left wing, Bennett goes on the baseline, Eames against 2 defenders. Will Eames trying to give it to someone, finds Q Mays. Q tries to attack from the right side, nowhere to go, 10 on the shot clock. 33-24, Pitt State the lead. Mays just going to take a 3 right wing off the side of the rim. Western is 0 of 10 from 3. The ball sails out of bounds, and it comes back to Pittsburg State. So Western able to force a turnover on Pittsburg State's first possession of the second half, but Griffins give it right back on a missed 3. I don't hate that shot. It was not a bad shot. Shot clock was winding down. Do what you got to do. That's a guy that can make 3s in Q Mays, but man, there's just been Western's just not been able to break that goose egg on the 3-point shooting. 0 of 10. Here's Pitt State trying to get something going as deep 2 on the left side. Bobby Arthur Williams Jr. missed it, fell down. Rebound is controlled by Pitt State. There's a whistle and also, I think, a foul on the floor here. Well, they're actually going to call this an offensive foul on Bobby Arthur Williams Jr. They're going to go over to the scorer's table. They're going to call this a technical foul. Pitt State confused. I'm confused. There you go. So Caleb Bennett goes to take a free throw. Shot at 1. And he made it. So with that, it's 33-25. Still Pitt State basketball. And so, here comes Pittsburg State on the possession. Quentin Hardick Jr. drives his way, missed the shot, fell down. It's going to be a shooting foul. They get that one on Alex John. That's his third. John with just 1 point, 4 rebounds. He's going to come out. J.C. Anthony's going to come in. Free throws coming up here for Quentin Hardick Jr., native of Minneapolis, transferred into the program from North Iowa Area Community College. Oh, a flop is what they called there. All right, flop, yeah. I just hadn't really seen that before. Shout out Tom Smith, the assist there. Yeah, once in a while I'll see something and I'm like, wait, there's certain things you only see every so often. It's like, what is that? Quentin Hardick Jr. at the foul line. Makes both free throws. Makes the score 34-25. And so here's Will Eames on a handoff to Q Mays. Q lost the ball. Diving in the lane. Trying to get it. Quentin Hardick Jr. Jump ball is called. This should be Pitt State ball. No, they award it back to Western actually this time. Officials timeout. Still Western ball. There was a shot clock. They put 4 seconds back on the shot clock. That's what they were looking at. So a fresh 20 on the shot clock as Western maintains possession under the right basket. Caleb Bennett on a baseline drive. Just missed his shot. Rebound Arthur Williams Jr. A strong take by Bennett. Just it's not there. Western 8 of 31 from the floor after that miss. It's Pitt State ahead 9, 34-25, 18-15 to go. The Arthur Williams Jr. goes on the left side. Isaiah James in the high post. Back out to Williams Jr. Hands it off. Right side, Hardick Jr. Drives baseline. Kicks it out. Left wing three coming. Cameron Hoofner, no. Rebound Will Eames. Eames has got 10 boards. 4 more points. Eames would have a double-double. Here's Thames. High post. Down low to Q Mays on a baseline drive. That's swatted. Blocked by Tyler Hawkins. Here comes Pitt State. Hawkins steps into a three. Left wing. Missed it. Rebound Bennett. So both teams exchange some misses here. Bennett's going to slow the pace down a little bit as he trots the ball up the floor. Griffin's moving left to right in the second half. Griffin's behind, 34-25. They've trailed by as many as 14. They trailed by 9 at half. They trail by 9 now. Here's Bennett, left side, stops and starts his dribble. Tried to pass, but the ball got stolen by Cameron Hoofner. Hoofner down the floor to Hardick Jr. Stops on the right side. Hands it off Tyler Hawkins. Hawkins on a dribble. And a drive, now kicks it out. Left wing, Isaiah James thought about a three. Goes up top, Arthur Williams Jr. 15 on the shot clock, still 34-25. Pitt State tries to pass it low to Cameron Hoofner. He gets cross contact from J.C. Anthony. That's going to be J.C. Anthony's first. Second team foul on Western this half. 17:08 to go in the game. 34-25 Pitt State. Gorillas looking for what would just be their third conference win all year. Would be their first win away from Pittsburgh all year. Griffins are 6-2 here at home. But Pitt State throws the ball away. It's out of bounds. A lot of contact down under the rim. Western wins possession. Will Eames throws it inbounds to Q Mays. 34-25, Gorillas the lead. Each team has only scored 1 point so far in this second half. We're over 3 minutes into this second half. Neither team has scored a field goal yet. Here's Thames in the high post. Gives to Eames on a spin, on a drive. Floats it up and in. That was nice. Eames, 8 points, 10 boards. He leads the team in both categories. And Western back to within 7. Ball popped loose at the other end of the floor. Western nearly had a steal, but that's going to be a foul as Cameron Hoofner got bumped by Will Eames in transition. For Eames, that's his first foul. Third team foul on the Griffins. 16:37 to go in the game. Back to a 7-point game, 34-27. Pitt State still in front. Pitt State has held the lead for the majority of the time here today. They've led for nearly 18 minutes of the contest. As Jerron Thames tries to take one away from Arthur Williams Jr., he falls to the floor. And that's going to be a foul on Missouri Western. And Bennett's whistled for the foul. I thought that was on Thames. It was Thames going for a steal. They call it from Bennett away from the ball. I did not see that. Well, Justin Bubach comes in. Caleb Bennett comes out. Bennett called on his third foul. That's Bennett and John, 2 starters at 3 fouls for Western. That's tough. As backing his way into the rim or to the rim on the right baseline. That's Cameron Hoofner. Freshman, 6'7", 210 out of Adelaide, Australia. Puts it up and in. For Hoofner, those are his first points of the day. And it's back to a 9-point lead for the Gorillas, 36-27. Still more than 16 minutes left in this game. Glover's checked in. He passes to Eames, left baseline, back out. Glover inside out. Open look, left wing three, no good. 7-foot J.C. Anthony, offensive rebound. His putback doesn't go. Justin Bubak's in the lane. He puts it up and in on a third opportunity. The former Lincoln Christian Crusader, Justin Bubak, fresh off a career-high 16 points against Friends in Wednesday's exhibition, puts it up and in, and then we got a whistle after that shot for substitutions. Q Mays is in. Jerron Thames out. Thought maybe there was a foul. There is not. Ryan Pippins checks in for Pitt State as Tyler Hawkins comes out. The lead is 7. Pittsburg State 36, Missouri Western 29. 15:50 to go in this men's basketball game. One of the older rivalries in the league for Western, the 81st all-time meeting between these two men's programs. Pitt State, Isaiah James deep on the right side, goes in the baseline. Ryan Pippins trying to drive against two defenders. Pippins throws up a shot. It's blocked by both Anthony and Eames. Western comes up with it. Here's Q Mays in transition, deep in the right corner to Glover. Now goes baseline to a front door cut to Will Eames. Crashes his way, made the basket, but it's an offensive foul. As Will Eames tripped again a second time after the whistle blew, but they're going to call a charge on Eames. So that's going to be 2 fouls on Eames. Already 5 fouls on Missouri Western in the first 4:37 of this second half. That could be big. No fouls yet this half on Pittsburg State. Pitt State ball, Pitt State lead, 36-29. Western still shooting sub 30% on the day, 10 of 36, 0 of 11 from 3. Pitt State up 7. Still anybody's game. Bobby Arthur Williams Jr. on a spin move on the left side, threads 2 defenders and puts it up and in. Arthur Williams Jr. has been dominant his first game back this year after a stress fracture in his foot. 13 points in the first half. He's got 15 total to go with 7 boards. He's had Western's number in this game. It's 38-29. And now a whistle and a foul called away from the ball. This one's on Pittsburg State. A push called on Isaiah James. University, the second game in our doubleheader today. Missouri Western men trail Pitt State 38-29. Griffins have the ball out of this media timeout. It's Justin Bubak inbounds to Reese Glover deep on the right side. Just to Will Eames. It's Eames, Mays, Bubak, Anthony, Glover, the 5 on the floor. Glover dribbling up top, goes underneath. J.C. Anthony collects the ball, floats it up and in. J.C. Anthony towers over everybody. Beats 6'7" Cameron Hoofner to the rack. Anthony got 2 points off the bench to go with 2 blocked shots. It's 38-31, back to a 7-point game. Western's got it back to within 7 a couple times this half. They haven't gotten any closer than that yet, though. It's Cameron Hoofner trying to dribble underneath against a few defenders, travel to the basketball. 9th turnover of the day for Pittsburg State. Missouri Western, 12 turnovers, 0 assists. No three-pointers, no assists yet for Missouri Western's offense. That's the type of day it's been. Lots of time left. Lots of time to redeem. Here's Will Eames up top. Griffin's trying to penetrate. Will Eames gets to the rack and one-on-one puts it up and in. Being guarded by Arthur Williams Jr. And Will Eames has a double-double, 10 points, 11 rebounds. I believe that's his 3rd of the year. We'll double-check that. It's his 3rd of the year. Had one against Embry-Riddle. Last one came against Rogers State. And now he's got one against Pitt State. 38-33. It's back to a 2-possession game, but Pitt State draws a foul on the floor against Western the other way. J.C. Anthony's called on a foul. For Anthony, that's his 2nd, 6th team foul on Missouri Western. Comes on the floor. Pitt State under the left basket, still up 38-33 on a spin move, getting around Anthony on the baseline and putting it up and in is Cameron Hoofner. That's 7-foot J.C. Anthony against 6'7" Cameron Hoofner. Hoofner spins his way to the rim. He's got 4 points. And Pitt State back up 3 possessions at 40-33. 13.5 to go. Eames pump fakes for 3 left side. Dishes to Glover, left wing still. Glover comes around the key. Oh, had it poked loose from behind. Glover got it back. Oof, Magic Relaford nearly had it. Glover with 10 on the shot clock puts up a contested step back 3 that just rims out of there. Western, wow. 0 of 13 from 3. What is it? The streak is like 490 some straight games, or Western's made a three-pointer. We'll have to check on that. Here's a 3 on the way for Bobby Arthur Williams Jr. Off the back of the iron, no good. Rebound Q Mays. Q spinning, high post to the lane, puts it up, no good. I believe this will be a shooting foul and free throws for Q. A lot of fouls in this game. Fouls against Quentin Hardick Jr. of Pitt. It's his second. Second team foul this half on Pitt State. Thing about it is, if Missouri Western's call one more foul, Pitt State will be in the bonus with 12:51 still to go. Q Mays makes the first free throw. He's got 8 points, 6 of 8 at the line, 5 rebounds, 2 steals for Q. And we're back to a 2-possession game. Pitt State 40, Missouri Western 34. So we said at halftime, a 9-point deficit, not insurmountable. It's doable. But you got to start the first half off on the right foot. And I think Western, though it's been tough sledding at times, Western's been able to chip away at it now. Second free throw coming up here. Second one is up. Bounced off the back of the iron, and that's no good. Rebound for Pitt. Here they come. Pitt ahead 40-34. Down to 12.5 left. They pass it right side. Quentin Hardick Jr. and whistles. What now? I think this is a foul away from the ball. Yeah, J.C. Anthony called on a foul. Got tangled up with somebody. J.C. Anthony is going to come off. That's his third. So J.C. Anthony, Alex John, and Caleb Bennett all have 3 fouls. And coming in for J.C. Anthony is Alex John with 3 fouls. It's 1-1 time for Pitt State with 12:31 to go in the game, and they're ahead 40-34. Cameron Hoofner converts the front end of the 1-1. It's 41-34. Hoofner on the season, pretty good free throw shooter, 22 of 26. He made it both. Pitt State ahead 8. Excuse me. 42-34, Gorillas the lead, 12:27 to go. Western has not had the lead since early in the first half. Eames, left side, goes right wing to Mays. Mays threads a pass underneath to Bennett. Bennett then dishes to John, and John puts it up and in. John's first made field goal today. He's got 3 points. It's now 42-36. John 3 points, 4 boards. On the floor with 3 fouls. He and Caleb Bennett in the game with 3 fouls. 12 minutes left, 42-36. Pitt State the lead. Pitt State trying to answer, driving baseline there was Quentin Hardick Jr. Kicks it out. Corner 3, Bobby Arthur Williams Jr. Air ball, offensive board, and a putback here by Hardick Jr. The putback does not go, but he is fouled, and he'll have free throws coming. Goodness me. That foul's on Q Mays, his first. 8th team foul on Western. Pitt State in the bonus. This will be a shooting foul, though, for the junior out of Minneapolis. Quentin Hardick Jr., who's missed some time this year with an ankle injury. He's also had the flu. This is only his 4th game of the year, Quentin Hardick Jr. Missed a lot of time with an ankle injury, flu, illness. He's back in playing well. Hardick's got 3 points, 2 rebounds, and assists now. As he makes the first free throw, Gorillas ahead 43-36. He made them both right there. Pitt State is 7 of 8 at the foul line. And they lead it by 8 points now, 44-36, under 12 minutes left. Still plenty of time. Q-Mays up top, down low, Alex John, floats it up, did not go. I mean, that ball was hanging on the rim, just did not go in. John does draw a foul. There's just fouls galore right now. There's another foul here on Antonio Givens Jr., his second. So there have been 11 fouls called in 9 minutes and 19 seconds of play here. 11 fouls in less than 10 minutes to start this second half. Free throws coming for Alex John. He is 1 of 4 at the line today, and he misses the first. Western as a team has missed 7 free throws today, and they trail by 8. 44-36. Playing Pitt State. 11:41 to go. The later you get into these games, the more these types of things start to loom large. John does make the second. John's got 4 points. 44-37, still a 3-possession lead for Pitt State. Western playing a little press now. Cameron Hoofner breaks the press, gets it across the timeline to Ryan Pippins. Pippins goes backcourt, Quentin Hardick Jr. 11.5 to play, 44-37. Pitt State the ball in the lead. as they work it. Left side, Hardick now up top. Cameron Hoofner trying to penetrate, stops in the high post, takes a shot from there. With 9 seconds on the shot clock, Will Eames all over him, and Cameron Hoofner still knocked it down. He's got 8 points on 3 of 5 shooting, 4 rebounds to go with it, and it's 46-37. Oof, Q Mays takes a hard fall on the floor, but makes the fall-away shot. Q's got 10 to go with 5 rebounds. Eames and Mays each with 10 points. Western hanging tough, but still down 7, 46-39. Down to less than 11 minutes to go. Time not becoming a factor yet, but again, Western got it back to within 6. They were down 9 at the half. They've gotten to within 6, but no closer. As Quentin Hardick Jr. drives the lane. Draws a foul against either Bennett. Yep, that's a foul on Caleb. His 4th. Caleb with 5 points, a rebound, and assist, a steal. Bennett, so glad we prolonged this game by several minutes to look at that. So it is 2 shots here for Quentin Hardick Jr. He makes the first. Hardick's got 6 points. He's 4 of 5 from the foul line. Pitt State 8 of 9 from the charity stripe, taking care of business there, and they lead at 47-39. Caleb Bennett does come out. Jerron Thames comes in. Justin Bubach also in the game for Western. Quentin Hardick Jr. makes both shots. He's got 7 points. So there are now 4 Gorillas with 7 or more points in this game. They're 9 of 10 at the free throw line. Slow and steady here for Pitt State. They lead at 48-39. 10:37 to go. So now, as Mays dribble on a drive, one-handed shot, no good. Battling for the board, Alex John, a little bit of contact from behind, and if that's on John, that's his 4th. And that is double bonus for Pitt State. Oy, oy, oy. Yep, John called on his 4th, and very inadvertent foul. I mean, he's just reaching for a rebound. He came down on Cameron Hoofner just a bit. And Hoofner's now at the line to shoot a couple. Yeah, double bonus. Hoofner, 8 points, 2 of 2 at the line. He's got 4 rebounds as well, and he misses the first. Pitt State 9 of 11 at the free throw line. I feel like it's been all free throws this second half. Oof. Second shot is good for Hoofner. Hoofner's got 9. And the lead's 10 for Pitt State now. 49-39 Gorillas. 10:28 left to go in the game. Not a lot of time, but you're about halfway through the second half now. I mean, and you've drawn no closer. Western was down 9 at the break. They're down 10 now with just over 10 minutes left. It's been very much a 1 step forward, 2 steps back kind of game so far. Here's Mays to Eames in the lane. Pump fakes now. Steps back. Shot. Goes in. That had a chance of not going in. That one hung on the rim and went in the right direction. Eames has got a team-high 12 points. 49-41, single digits again. Oh, and a steal from behind. Q Mays rips one out of the hands of Antonio Givens Jr. on the baseline. Antonio Givens Jr., I'm sorry. Here's Q Mays. Passes it, right wing. Eames, catch a shoot 3. Yes! Back-to-back buckets for Will Eames. Will's got 15. That ties a game high. Western's back in it. 49-44. A sign of life from these Griffins yet again. And now the field house. The small but passionate crowd that's made their way out on this wintry night starting to come alive a little bit. And here comes Pitt State, though. Ryan Pippins airball the 3. Rebound right to the hands of Jerron Thames. Here come the Griffs on a 5-0 run. Thames dribbles to the lane, to the rim, puts it up, left side, just off the mark. Rebound Antonio Givens Jr. The intensity's picked up a bit. Here's Bobby Arthur Williams Jr. driving against freshman J.C. Anthony. He's flexing a little bit after that. He missed the shot, but that's going to be a foul on J.C. That'll be 4 on Anthony. So here is Bobby Arthur Williams Jr. after a foul on J.C. Anthony, his 4th. So you got Caleb Bennett, Alex John, 2 starters with 4 fouls. J.C. Anthony with 4 fouls. Anthony's on the bench. Tony Chukwumike's back in. Bobby Arthur Williams Jr., who has 15 points to lead Pitt State. He takes his first trip to the foul line, and he makes the first free throw. This is Arthur Williams Jr.'s first game of the season, out with a stress fracture in his foot. After being an all-MIAA performer last year, he makes both free throws there. He's got a game-high 17, and Pitt State back ahead 7, 51-44. But still, there is time. Haven't seen Anthony Peacock today. I mean, you got John and JC, 2 of your bigs in foul trouble. You'd think maybe you'd see him. Is he even on the bench? I don't see him on the... Oh, is he? I can't tell. The ref might be standing in the way. But yeah, we have not seen Anthony Peacock on the floor today. 10 seconds on the shot clock here. Q Mays is going to step back for a three. That shot's no good. Players hit the floor. Whistles blow. There's going to be a foul on Western. Yeah, I don't see... Yeah, I don't see Peacock on the bench today. So I don't think Anthony Peacock's even here. So he's missing today. Foul's called here on Justin Bubak after the missed three by Q Mays. And again, with 8:38 to go, Pitt State already in the double bonus, and free throws coming here for Quentin Hardick Jr. And he's probably not someone you want to put on the line. He's 5 of 6, and now he's 6 of 7. He's got 8 points. A couple of substitutions in for Pitt State. Let's see, Cameron Hoofner is back in. Isaiah James also back in for Pittsburg State. 8:38 to go. Pitt State 52, Missouri Western 44. So Q Mays on that last sequence missed a layup, got his own rebound, then missed a three, as both free throws are good by Quentin Hardick Jr. And Pitt State up 9. This is the same deficit at halftime. Western draws closer, but then Pitt State hits back. 8:24 to go. Eames in the lane, spin move, looking, puts up a hook shot, well short, hit the glass, but nowhere close to the rim. Rebound Tyler Hawkins. Pitt State in control right now. Down to 8:12 to count, 8:12 and counting to go. 53-44. Pitt State the ball in the lead. Quentin Hardick Jr. on the right wing. Goes up top. Isaiah James, long three. Off the back of the iron. Fight for the rebound. Caught by Bobby Arthur Williams Jr. Offensive board. And every one of those that Pitt State can get, that's big. Offensive glass. Western's done quite well, out-rebounding Pitt State 15-6, but Pitt State gets a big second chance here. Now with 5 on the shot clock. Isaiah James, step back 2 on the left elbow, no good. And Jerron Thames runs down a rebound. 7:38 to go. Pitt State 53, Western 44. Thames gives to Eames, thought about a three. Eames gives back to Thames up top. Thames fires it, right wing to Bennett. Bennett, baseline, kicks it out, left corner, Eames at the three. That's short. Rebound by Pitt State. Rebounded Cameron Hoofner. Good ball movement. Good idea there, but shot just not there. Western did make a three in this game. Will Eames has 1. But Griffins are 1 of 15 from deep. Pitt State's 3 of 14, but 1 of 15. That is 6.7% from three. And now we got an offensive foul called on Pitt State. Alex John will check into this game. Tony Chukwuemeke comes out. They didn't call a foul. They just call it a travel on Tyler Hawkins. And now Western with the ball back. Still down 9. Time is now becoming a factor. Less than 7 minutes left. Got to start carving into this and get over that mountain. But Reese Glover has the ball swiped away against Cameron Hoofner. That's 13 turnovers for Western. Just the 4th steal of the day for Pitt State. They're ahead 53-44 in a low-scoring battle here today in St. Joe. 6:38 to go in the game. Here come the Gorillas down low. Bobby Arthur Williams Jr. dribbling against 2 defenders. Now fires it right wing. Pump faking for 3 is Hoofner. A little Euro step on the right baseline, but missed his shot at the rim. Good move. May have been contact, no foul. Rebound Alex John. John gives to Thames. Western needs a basket in the worst way. Western's been scoreless for 3+ minutes. And now we do have a defensive foul on the floor against Pittsburg State. That's going to come against Cameron Hoofner. That's only the 4th foul this half on Pitt State, so Western's still not in bonus territory. Bennett will inbound far side to Jerron Thames. Griffin's behind, 53-44 and a steal at midcourt. Tyler Hawkins, one-on-one, crosses over, puts it up and in against Thames. Hawkins with a steal, Hawkins with the bucket. He's got 7. Pitt State 55, Missouri Western 44. Down to 6 minutes left. It's looking more and more likely for Pittsburg State. Oh, Will Eames, pump fake for 3, nearly lost the ball, got it back. That could have been disastrous. Oof, gives to Bennett. Bennett slides down. He may have slid out of bounds, and he did. Turnovers piling up. Oh, now we got a whistle after Bennett slid down. We might have... And now we got a technical foul that's called. Yep. That technical comes against Isaiah James after Bennett had slid out of bounds and after the play had been whistled dead. Bennett will shoot free throws all by himself, but he missed the first. Western has missed 8 free throws today. Bennett was 3 of 3 from the line before that. He's got 5 points, 4 fouls, does Caleb. Second shot, good. 55-45. Western's season low in points this year, 64, which was in a loss to Minnesota State Mankato. Nope, check that. The season low was 63 against Northwest Missouri State. They got 45 on the board now with less than 6 minutes left, so Pitt State has held them down defensively today. Western's still only shooting. Western's shooting 32.7% from the field, 6.7% from three, and just 60% from the free throw line. Not a good line in any direction there as Bobby Arthur Williams Jr. on a baseline drive missed the shot. Huge battle for the rebound now. Ball is out of bounds. Western wins possession. Getting physical down there. Alex John comes up, gipping just a tad. That could have gone in this second half. Now they're going to wipe up the floor a little bit after the players had scrambled for the rebound, and Will Eames will inbound to Q Mays. It's got to happen. You're going to do it. Mays passes left side to Glover. Glover to Eames on the left wing. Eames holding, being guarded tightly. Nowhere to go for Eames. Back up top to Mays. 15 on the shot clock. 5:08 to go in the game. 55-45 Pitt State. Glover on the right wing. Down low, Alex John against 2 defenders. Throws up a shot off the side of the bang board. Not a good look. The shot clock was winding down. Rebound, Cameron Hoofner. Like I said, for every stop Pitt State gets, the more and more likely it starts to look for them. Quentin Hardick Jr. down to less than 5 to go. 55-45. Pitt State the ball in the lead. Playing a little keep away. Down to 10 on the shot clock. Ryan Pippins in the backcourt. Restarts his dribble. Comes right off the screen from Arthur Williams Jr. Pippins, baseline, gets cut off. Gives it to Hoofner. 3 on the shot clock with 2, with 1. The shot clock buzzes. He threw up a shot. It did not hit the iron. Shot clock violation. Missouri Western ball, and that brings us to our under 5 media timeout. So Western they had what was an 8-0 scoring run in the first half. Western got it back to within 5 or 6 points at least a couple of times here in the second half, but Western has not been able to get within a single possession. They've been down multiple possessions this entire second half, really the majority of this game. But it's still not too tough a mountain to climb as Bennett drives the lane against 2 defenders. Tough shot, missed, rebound controlled by Pittsburg State. Down to 4 minutes to go, 55-45, Gorillas the ball. Cameron Hoofner lost the ball in the backcourt, got it back. 14 on the shot clock, he'll pass it here to Tyler Hawkins. Hawkins in the backcourt, again Pitt State trying to run off some clock here, I think. Hawkins kicks it out up top. Bobby Arthur Williams Jr. in the high post. He's got 17 today. Step back 3 at the shot clock, and he hit it. That is an absolute dagger in this one. Bobby Arthur Williams Jr., his second 3 of the day. He's got a game-high 19. Well, they call it a 2. We're right? No, that's a 3. No, they called it a 2. Okay. But the other way, Q Mays gets a layup. Scoops it up and in. Q's got 12, but we're right back to where we started. It's a 10-point game. But a big shot by Arthur Williams Jr. gave his team a 12-point lead with just over 3 minutes left. Pitt State now dealing with some press from Missouri Western. They get across the timeline. Quentin Hardick Jr. trying to fend off Q Mays here near midcourt. Hardick puts it on the floor, comes left off the screen from Arthur Williams Jr. Now it comes up top to Hoofner with 7 on the shot clock. With 6, with 5, Arthur Williams Jr. being almost triple guarded down low. And he draws contact, and Alex John is going to foul out here. And this is going to be free throws. It's double bonus. Again, Pitt State's been in double bonus for about the last 7.5 minutes. John is going to foul out of this game with 4 points and 5 boards after making the start today. And J.C. Anthony, who has 4 fouls himself, he'll check in. Jerron Thames, who has no fouls, will check in as well. 57-47, Pitt State the lead, 2:55 to go, and free throws coming for Brooke Arthur Williams Jr., Bobby Arthur Williams Jr., I'm sorry. And he misses the first. He's 2 of 3 at the line. Arthur Williams Jr.'s first game back in the 2021-22 season, coming back from injury, a third-team All-MIAA selection last year, led the team with 12 points, 6.5 rebounds per game last season. He's come on strong today. Missed both free throws, but an offensive board by Ryan Pippins. Oh, my goodness. I mean, that could do it right there. I mean, They're up 10. There's less than 3 minutes left. They're in the double bonus. And they got the offensive board after they missed the free throw. I mean, I think Pitt State may have done enough. Here's a three. Cameron Hoofner. That misses. That may have done it altogether had he made that. Q May's got the rebound. And then there's a foul called on Missouri Western. And Caleb Bennett is now fouled out. Unbelievable. Not really sure what that was all about. I think they called it a flop. Unbelievable. Bennett's fouled out. John's fouled out. Still Western ball here. 2.5 to go. 57-47. Western staring down the barrel of their second consecutive conference loss. Q Mays misses a shot down low. It's tipped around. And they say it's Western ball. That's close. I think that's probably Pitt State ball. Now we got a whistle and a stoppage, and now what, you guys? I think it's a shot clock thing that they're looking at. They might run a couple seconds off. Yeah, there's 20 on the shot clock. They now have 17 up there. 2:22 to go. A three would help, right? Western's 1 of 15 from three. Q inbounds here to Reese Glover. And Reese gets a nice layup there. Those are Reese's first points of the day. He was 0 of 5 from the field before that. 57-49. Full court press for Western. Back to within single digits, but 2 minutes to go. And a foul as Q Mays just trying to run down the ball at midcourt. Makes contact with Quentin Hardick Jr. Q's called on his second foul. Again, it's double bonus for Pitt State. The nice thing here, though, is Pitt State has missed a couple free throws here. They made 7 of their first 8. They're now 14 of 18. What's also loomed large in this game, Western being down 8. They've missed 8 free throws today as Missouri Western. It's not just not making threes. They haven't made free throws, and they're only shooting 33.3% on the day. Quentin Hardick Jr. makes the free throw. Alex John is fouled out as the second free throw is no good. So Caleb Bennett is not fouled out. They just called him on a flop. So Caleb's still in the game. Q Mays, unassisted in transition, puts it up and in on the layup. Makes it 58-51. But still 3 possessions, a minute 56. But Western's probably going to need some missed free throws here. They're going to need some missed free throws. They're going to need a little help. Going to have to create some turnovers. If they're going to pull this off, yeah, they're going to need help. Western's going to play this press. They had not really pressed Pitt State right up until now, so we'll see how Pitt State reacts. So far, they've handled it okay. Quentin Hardick Jr., though, getting trapped on the far side, able to get out of it. Throws to Tyler Hawkins. Now on the baseline to Cameron Hoofner. Oof. Will Eames gets popped near the eye, but they're going to say Eames drew the first contact, and that's a foul, and Will Eames is fourth. That's 4 Griffins with 4 or more fouls. Double bonus, and Cameron Hoofner's at the line. Hoofner's got 9 points, 3 of 4 shooting from the line. He's got 6 rebounds today. First shot. Missed. Well, what I say, it's going to take probably some missed free throws. You're going to need some breaks if you're going to have a shot to pull this off. Minute 41 to go. Pitt State 58, Western 51. Second shot. Made it. 59-51. Q's going to let the ball roll and pick it up near midcourt to save time with a minute 40 to go. Q dishes to Glover. Glover catch and shoot 3, left wing. Oh, no good, but he drew the foul. He's done that a lot this year. He's drawn fouls from behind. And then Bobby Arthur Williams Jr. spikes the ball. Q Mays and Will Martin calling for a technical. Bobby Arthur Williams have been called on a technical already this game. He spiked the ball. They should at least do something there. I guess they didn't see it. Well, whatever. Okay, Reese Glover to shoot 3 free throws here. Makes the first. 59-52. So if you make them the next 2, if you make it the next 1, it's a 2-score game again. 59-53. Reese Glover's first trip to the line today. Making them both. Makes the second. He'll have another one. Reese, 10 of 11 at the free throw line coming into this game. The third shot, good. He's got 5 points all in the second half. 59-54. Not done yet. Minute 35 to go. Pitt State the ball in the lead. Western going to press. Pitt State breaks the press rather quickly. Across the timeline comes Quentin Hardick Jr. Lost the ball near midcourt. Comes to Ryan Pippins. Pippins gets cornered by Glover and Thames, and now Pitt State will call a timeout with a minute 25 to go. It's Pitt State ball out of their timeout, out of a 30-second timeout. On the floor for the Griffins. Mays, Thames, Glover, Bennett, Eames. Bennett and Eames each have 4 fouls. Ryan Pippins from the near side. Bounces it in. Tyler Hawkins, left corner. On the baseline, Bobby Arthur Williams Jr. 15 on the shot clock. Minute 20 left in the game. 59-54 Pitt State. Here comes Hardick Jr. on the baseline. Kicks it out up top. 3 on the way. Got it. And that could do it. Ryan Pippins knocks down the 3. That's his second made 3 of the day. He's got 10 points. The 4th Gorilla in double figures, and that will probably do it. 62-54. Q Mays tries to answer right wing 3. Not a bad look, but no good. Bobby Arthur Williams Jr. collides with Will Eames. Eames falls to the floor. That's going to be the 7th team foul on Pitt State. The first personal foul on Bobby Arthur. I thought he was calling a technical earlier. I guess that wasn't him. I guess that was Isaiah James. My bad. Well, Eames at the foul line makes the first free throw. We're going to say it's a shooting foul. Eames has had a great day. 16 points. This is his first trip to the charity stripe today. He's a 75% free throw shooter. Makes them both there. Well, all right then. Yeah, Pitt State on the brink of starting their new year with a huge victory. I mean, Tom Smith's talked about it. Others have talked about it. That what's so interesting about these early weeks of the conference season is that it's still wide open. No one's clinched anything. No one's guaranteed anything. So it's like, if you're Pitt State, you're looking at this. If you pull it off today, if you win this, then you're thinking, hey, we just beat like the second, third best team in the MIAA. That maybe only scratches the surface of what we can do. And I think getting Bobby Arthur Williams Jr. back, a D1 transfer, an all-MIAA performer, your lead scorer from last year who had not played the first 12 games, Bobby Arthur Williams Jr. might be the key to this thing. If you don't believe me, well, just look at his stat line today. 19 points, 9 boards, and he's at the free throw line to shoot 2, as Western has now started intentionally fouling to save time. Bobby Arthur Williams Jr. makes the first free throw, and Pitt State goes ahead 63-56 with 58.8 to go. Second free throw is coming up here. And it's good. February 17th of 2018 would be the last time Pitt State won in St. Joseph. They won there 93-80. So it's been almost 4 years since Pitt State's won here, and I think they're going to do it today. 64-56. Q Mays misses a 2 in transition. Q misses the shot. Rebound, Tyler Hawkins, and then Q fouls Hawkins to save time. But Q's called on his second foul. Ryan Hawkins, or not Ryan Hawkins, we all know who that is. Tyler Hawkins. Tyler Hawkins. Tyler's going to step to the line. Tyler's not taking free throws today. Pitt State 18 of 24 at the foul line today. Western 17 of 25. Hawkins 7 points, 4 rebounds, 2 steals. Makes the first free throw. And with 47.7 to go, Pitt State now leads 65-56. Justin Bubach in, Q Mays out. Q may be done today with 14 points, 7 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 steals. Good stat line, but 4 of 18 shooting from the floor. Oof. It's tough sledding today for Western as Tyler Hawkins makes the second free throw. Pitt State up 10, under 45 seconds left. Jerron Thames dishes to Bennett. Bennett in the lane, crosses over, puts it up and in. Good shot by Bennett. He's got 8. 66-58. I imagine Western will foul here again, right? Yep. Reese Glover will foul Bobby Arthur Williams Jr. For Glover, that's his second. Double bonus again for Pitt State. Western's been called on 23 total fouls today, 16 for Pittsburg State. Bobby Arthur Williams Jr., game-high 21 points, very close to a double-double with 9 boards. He's 4 of 6 at the foul line. He'll get 2 shots here. 66-58 Pitt State, 36.6 to go. First one rattles out. Well, Western's gotten Pitt State to miss now 7 free throws in this game. But even with that little bit of help, Pitt State still managed to be in a position here to where they are very, very close to putting this away, or if they haven't done so already. Second shot on the way, good. 22 for Arthur Williams Jr. in his first game of the year. 67-58. Thames brings it up the floor, dishes to Eames, 3, top of the key. Got knocked down. He's going to shoot 3 free throws. Kim Anderson Jr. can't believe it. I don't blame him. I think Eames sold that. I don't think there was a lot of contact. I think that's a little ticky-tack, just as an objective observer of basketball. But Will Eames gets a break here. He's going to shoot 3 free throws. Eames is 2 for 2 at the foul line. So if you make all three, it's 67-61, and he makes the first. It's 67-59. Pitt State the lead, 29.8 to go. This game has been long. Near the top of the 9 o'clock hour now. Will Eames has played outstanding today. 18 points, 13 rebounds. It's his third double-double of the season. Third shot, is good. So it's 67-61, two-possession game. Western's going to foul. Bubak, Bubak nearly stole the ball from Bobby Arthur Williams Jr. far side, but there was some contact. Kind of slapped him on the wrist, and Bubak will be called on his second foul. All right. Alex John is fouled out. Caleb Bennett, Will Eames, both in the game with 4 fouls. J.C. Anthony on the bench with 4 fouls. Bobby Arthur Williams Jr. shoot a pair. 29 seconds left, 67-61, and Arthur Williams Jr. banks in the first free throw. That makes it a 3-score game again, 68-61. Well, Western certainly did not give up, have fought to the bitter end here, but credit Pitt State. They've made enough free throws, they've made enough plays to keep themselves in position to put this away, as Bobby Arthur Williams Jr. made both free throws, 69-61. Under 30 seconds left, Jerron Thames fires it. Bubak, corner 3 on the way. Got it! Justin Bubak made the 3, 69-64. It's not over till the lady sings, or whatever the phrase is. Jerron Thames got knocked to the floor, no foul. Pitt State throws the ball in to Tyler Hawkins. Thames fouled before on Jerron Thames. This crew, man, I don't know. Well, one free throw coming here for Ryan Pippins. No, 2 shots, I'm sorry. Well, nope. Just only shoots that one after the flop is called on Jerron Thames. There's been a couple of flops called in this game. Okay, so they give Pippins 1 free throw, and now, okay, Tyler Hawkins will shoot 2 free throws now. Oh, my goodness. 21.2 to go. Score's now 71-64. First free throw for Hawkins is good. John Anderson Jr. checking in. Now, Western's battled some adversity in this game, and they fought to the end. They made it interesting, but just Pitt State's done a lot to keep themselves in it. And as Tyler Hawkins makes the second free throw, 72-64, 8-point game, under 20 seconds left. Eames tries to fire to Glover. Pass was tipped, out of bounds, stays with Western, but a lot of time ticked off. 12 seconds to go. Pitt State on the verge here. 72-64 Gorillas. Griffin's ball, 12 seconds left. Glover inbounds. John Anderson Jr. up top. Got to take it. 30-footer on the way. Off the mark. Rebound Pitt State. No need to foul at this point. The horn's going to sound. And Pittsburg State comes on the road and gets a statement win in their 2021-22 season. The Gorillas